Hi, this is Michelle Starkey again. I found it interesting that I found another piece of paper from another time from this recreation of event that I found interesting. They kept running this recreation of an event, and I had written down a person's name over and over and over again for every crime, and the same person's name came up a couple seasons later. It's interesting to kind of compare the two. And I found a secret out that I don't think a lot of people know, that I guess when you die like 15 times or more, you're able to, hear and speak to the ones that have crossed. Like if you come across their spirit. And what happened was, from my indication, or from what I see, and I just got confirmation today that the kingdom of heaven was in a little bit of a chaos, and there was a war between silver and gold. I'm not really sure what that exactly means, but maybe somebody that has a lot more background in religion will know. Anyway, so I'm in the replica of Orange County. It's supposed to be in a quadrant somewhere in the universe. I don't even know what galaxy it's in, or if it's outside of a galaxy, or how that works. But it's interesting because when a girl named Jamie McGee came a couple years ago, as indicated, she suggested, like, I was here to find my true love. And they're removing memories right now. Hold on. I was here to find true love. This is like an amazing thing. Da 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 da. But what happened was, she tricked everybody to believe that I was her, so I could do her demise. Like they were torturing her, basically, or not torturing her, but putting her through some things. And so what happened to me is, in September 2016, I found some event logs and I reported them, and I kept reporting them. And I actually went to the chairman, not within like a 6-month period, and left him some documents, because security and my management didn't really take it that seriously. But here we are, recreation of event is pretty freaking serious. So they're suggested that there was a hack. And it's interesting because in September of 2016, I found evidence that the company put stuff on mine. It's funny because it's a newer laptop, but there's data from 2013. Duh. Like, that's stupid, right? You're going to set an employee up, but you're going to put 2013 as the date, but yet my computer is new. That's a dumb mistake. But anyway, I call it out. I send it to the FBI. I send it to the Irvine Police Department and everything. And I do fraud alerts. It's interesting because it came out at the same time that stupid, not stupid, but the PTA mom got drugs implanted on her. It's funny because I found a document that showed the guy that I bought a spa from, and it suggested it was going to be $1.6 million to get rid of me. Send me drugs. Get iced up. Which is funny because I did not have an addiction. I don't. But what happens is 20, 30 days go by and you're not doing the drug. And I didn't know this. They influence it by biotechnology. So basically, Mr. Bren is a advocate on, or his hobby is, or his interests are in religion. And so they know all about religion. They know how to get a soul out of a body and everything else. So if you clone somebody, you can actually put a soul in a body and be them. A true freaking life hack. And that's exactly what happened to me. And they froze my ass after inventing something really, really, I think we're at 10 trillion, and we're working with Donald Trump because my mission is to knock out the deficit within 3 years. I do that in way less time, but we're at 10 trillion and then 150 trillion, and then I invent magnets to move objects. I can't believe this is happening because everybody goes goo goo gaga over magnets. I'm the most innocent, good person giving. And I noticed that that drug manifests more positive notions in me, and I started inventing. And I have a girlfriend who her husband did the show Cops, Bad Boys. And so I contact her and I said, you know, my company has hacked me, you know, and I have all this evidence. Like, and she's just like, whatever you do, don't trust anybody else but your family. And I thought, okay. Well, she's here like interviewing, right? And it's going on forever. And they bug me every single day, 24/7. I hear people outside going, shut the fuck up. What happened was, they froze me, but my heart was going 200 beats per minute, not on drugs. And freezing cold. So it's the exact opposite. And so I think what was happening was they were knocking, or they were killing a clone here, and I might have died on Earth. I don't know if I don't know what they were doing, but I think it was like new technology. I'm so freaking upset. So Jamie McGee biohacked Eddie to have sex with my daughter. But what happens is, I'm sure Jamie McGee got into my daughter and then pursued Eddie. I think that's what happened. But not underneath my nose. Oh, crap. Fuck that. I dart up there in a New York second. I ask her every month. She always like tell me I ask too much. Because I want to make sure she is not touched inappropriately. So they unthawed me 13 years later. She was already 22 years old. And what happens is these girls that I was friends with actually slept with my ex to have Hope as me. And so I have several. And so basically, somebody submitted me to the Deep Dark Net, and the Deep Dark Net got a hold of me. They did create my daughter, but it's also I made sure that they replaced any girls that they are demising with me using my eggs. Because I don't know what to do about that except biotechnology to mature somebody's mind that wants to sleep with a child. And of course, these women I don't even think they've tackled that. They'd much rather attack me and keep bringing me back to invent for them. I'm the most used person in the world. And I have heard that I have created 65,000 inventions. And I never got one penny. Not one penny. I'm living off of my 401k. And Jamie McGee comes here, and I try to keep her safe. Tim wants her body, but my brain. So he wants to apply everything that I know on top of her. Well, they do that, and they mix it with her, and then they delete my memories and make me wander a space cadet. I don't have any sex stories. I wasn't in a sex scandal. Tammy Colby suggested it because probably of a comment that I made about her temple that she told me there was sex going on, whatever. That's just hearsay. But she also told me that she deleted the sex. And I'm like, one, don't, because I might learn something. Of course. And then two, wouldn't I need it if something was wrong and I needed to go to trial? Like, right? And three, logically speaking, I would have a memory of a conversation to delete. And that's just not me. I don't like to delete things. So Jamie came on, and Jamie suggests that she's doing X, Y, and Z, but it's always Tammy using Jamie's voice. And that's what's interesting. So whenever Tammy makes a confession, I bet you anything that she uses a different voice, like in person. I bet you that's her demeanor. I would guarantee that when she starts telling the truth, and that's her bipolar, or I don't know, multiple personality. Not bipolar. And she grabs somebody else's voice when she's, because her voice sounds sweeter in her mind. Oh, there's all sorts of shit going on with me. Bugs, everything. Like Jamie McGee says that she got into a clone of mine and demised a CACT, basically, a bio company. So they're viciously attacking me. This is just, okay, so I'm very analytical. I've always wanted to be a detective. And this is just proof to me that nobody does their due diligence to make damn sure that they're hitting the right person. And I was shown something about Target and why they got hit. And it had to do with Johnson & Johnson's baby powder not having talc on the label. Now, Johnson & Johnson got sued for $410 million for ovarian cancer. And I would have done a lot of changes. I came up with putting flaxseed powder because it's supposed to prevent ovarian cancer, but they still have to do the research. But it's just interesting because it was the manufacturer in New Zealand. I mean, people have to do their due diligence and see, is it a manufacturer problem? Is it because it's out of the country? Like, where was this lady? It's not that I wanted to take anything away from her. It's just other powders have the same issue. Other cosmetics. Why aren't we going above and beyond to making sure that everything doesn't not have, or talc is replaced if it's linked to causing cancer? I find it interesting that talc does. I'll have to do some research. Another thing is one of the first events that I was on, it was indicated that my daughter paid for it. But then again, Tammy Colby tells me, you're going to invent for our kids' future. Not one penny. And I mean, this has been going on for centuries. I was born in 1974. Yep. I find this all so interesting. Would you stop? Because you're going to imply that it's something else related, but it's you. I guess magnets might help keep memories. I don't really know. Pausing, hold on a second. Oh man. I wonder. The DA is supposed to have everything here being recorded. It's funny because I know we're not in Orange County, because I'll look at Orange County and the DA that was Tony Rack something, he's a judge in the real Orange County. So this replica, he's still in the DA. His son actually took over, I think, the DA in regular Orange County. It's interesting because when I filmed myself, I could see the beach that one time. So I bet you I'm in Orange County and then also in this replica. Because it's indicated that I'm on 1, 2, and another planet, X. So X is the replica, I would imagine. Maybe. But there's several replicas out here. And I think it's also because I'm on so many different events. Just to let you know, God pretty much gave up hope on this whole situation. She didn't know what to do. I came with God. I walked with God. And what happened was they changed out my brain. I swear to goodness, this is going to sound absolutely cuckoo. Because they changed it out and then they froze me, God got to walk around with Jamie as me, like a clone. And I'm thinking, what the heck did God see those 2 years? Because God pretty much handed me three things. The devil, for the first time, a woman, a gold god, and queen of the universe. And she says, if you die, all the universes, they die. I mean, completely die. I think they hightailed out of here because it's so awful. But the most awful part is they are switching bodies. They went to Area 51 and they grabbed some advanced technology. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right. I think they turn on something that calls Area 51 people because there's indications that we're going underground and something's eating something on the top. So it's probably because you guys go to Area 51 and grab all that stuff that aliens come. I have a feeling that Area 51 had some royal stuff in it. So I just learned that every 10,000 years is repeated. So if you can imagine, you have plenty of souls every 10,000 years because it sounds like we redo the same thing over and over again. So every 10,000 years, you're born within that time frame and you live and you die. And the soul goes to most likely the kingdom of heaven. So I'm getting these updates. And it's interesting. And that's how I confirm that the kingdom of heaven is gone. Because why would there be extra updates to my soul? So what's happening on the replicas is this universe 2 and 14 are dying because the earth breaks in half and the new earth goes forward and hits the sun. It's crucial that the large universe, and it's coming back together right now. It's actually gone. It was actually gone because a bigger replica is actually the first that happens, we find out. Isn't that funny? You thought it was a smaller replica that works faster, but it doesn't. So once it comes back, I need to make sure that the moon is correct. And I asked Zeus, was it? Zeus in the sea to pick out a new moon. Because I believe he makes love to the moon to create new life in the ocean every August. There's all these special like romantic things going on. It's kind of cool. Oh, more soon. Bye. Oh my gosh.